What is going on, guys? This is Daniel, and today I'll be breaking down one of Bruno Caboclo's Summer League games. He's a player from Brazil who was drafted by Toronto in the first round, and not many people know much about him. He projects as an NBA small forward, and you see he has very good measurements. And most people know he can shoot, and he's also a very good athlete, but what else? Let's find out. Taking a look at offense first, here he's top right of your screen, and he's going to stay in the same spot the whole entire possession. This makes it very easy for a defender to guard him. Here, the spacing isn't great, and this isn't a great shot in terms of shot selection, but he shows off his natural shooting as he hits a tough three. But watch here again, you can't see him, but he's in the bottom right of your screen, and he doesn't move without the ball well, and this makes it very easy for a defender to guard him, and this allows his man to help weak side and block a shot, all because he didn't move well without the ball. On this play, he gets an opportunity to possibly use a screen and roll, but instead he jacks up a bad three. Here, he shows how he's still a bit raw as he doesn't set his man up coming off a down screen, and he drops a ball he should have caught. But there's no doubt about his athletic gifts as he beats Denver down on the fast break and he gets a foul. He definitely struggles in terms of creating a shot for himself or a teammate, and here off a screen and roll opportunity again, they get a bad shot. But he is already a plus player in transition, using his speed and athleticism to catch an alley-oop here. But I regrettably say I have noticed poor shot selection from him. Here, a shot goes up, and he shows his activity as he'll crash the offensive boards, and here he gets a dunk, but he blows it. But overall, I'm very happy to see him crashing the offensive boards with aggression, and here he creates a second chance opportunity. And here he gets rewarded by getting the ball back, getting a straight line drive, and getting an and one. Very nice. But let's acknowledge that last play was a straight line drive when given an opening. Here in an isolation attempt, there's nothing he can really do. So, offensively, his greatest strength right now is his shooting ability, as he'll stretch the floor right now in the NBA. He also is a fast break threat and crashes the boards well thanks to his athleticism and length. He can excel at this. Now obviously at this point, the negatives are more significant as he really can't create off the dribble for himself or teammates. He also gets stagnant off the ball and doesn't have the best shot selection. But notice how all four of those things can be fixed over time, specifically if he improves his overall basketball instincts. Now if and when that happens remains to be seen. Now let's move on to defense, and here watch how he nicely fights around the screen, pressures his man, and they give it up. He'll switch on to a man, and watch how he uses his extremely long arms to pick the opponent's pocket and go on a fast break and get fouled. Here though, and watch his feet, Bruno gives his man a little too much room and he hits a three in his eye. Watch here on an isolation attempt, Caboclo pressures his man into a bad miss. Very nice stuff from Caboclo here. Watch how he positions his feet to force baseline and not allow middle on a drive, but it's his teammate who messes up and helps one pass away. But Bruno is already showing signs of good knowledge of defensive philosophy, and here he doesn't help one pass away and they force a tough shot. Just keep your eye on Caboclo on this play. He fights over a screen showing great effort, and he immediately gets back in position to help weak side and shows good understanding of help side defense. He's very active, keeps his arms wide to prevent a passing lane. This is very impressive. Good and bad here as Caboclo will properly rotate onto a shooter, but he closes out poorly and jumps into him. Lucky he wasn't called for a foul. His effort is always there, but sometimes his basketball IQ is just awful, and here he chases a man out to half court for no reason. This gets him way out of position and they get a foul. And here Bruno shows no understanding of a concept they teach in 4th grade, boxing out the shooter on a free throw. Bruno doesn't box out here and the shooter gets the rebound because of it, which just shouldn't happen. And while I like what I'm seeing on his defensive rotations, he's not perfect, and here he goes to the wrong man to close out, giving them a wide open shot. And here he does help one pass away, but his length can still challenge a shot impressively. Here, Caboclo is a little over anxious on a closeout, and he lets Gary Harris drive and score. And this is a beauty. Overall, great team defense. Everyone closes out on the right shooter, including Bruno, and they force a very tough shot. That's basketball, folks. And like I mentioned, he's not perfect, but he's already showing great understanding of help rotations, and here he helps weak side, making a post player give it up. And while his on-ball defense is very good, it too is not perfect, and here he allows Gary Harris to get middle penetration way too easily. But the majority of the time, it's very impressive. He's very active, moves his arms and hands, and here he forces a tough miss. But while he can guard perimeter isolations, if someone tries to post him up, he'd get bullied because of his strength. So, as you can see, he's already a good defensive player. Using his length and athleticism, he already is a good on-ball defender with more potential, and add in the fact that he plays hard, very active on defense, and he understands defensive rotations and concepts, which I wasn't sure if he would. He has a lot of promise. Now, he doesn't have the best b-ball IQ and instincts, and he needs to add strength, but remember, he's 18 years old. Those two things can be improved over time, and I have no doubt they will be, so my concerns with him on defense are limited. Well, there you have it, guys. I hope this gave a better understanding of where Bruno is at. I think in 2 years maybe he can be a contributing NBA player. He needs to add strength, improve his basketball IQ, but he'll get there, and I think it was a good pick. Well, see you next time.